Hello and welcome back, beautiful people, to another episode of Grow with Lynn's podcast, which is now on YouTube as well if you're here watching the video. Hello. I'm so glad that you decided to show up for yourself today, and I know this video will get you on the right track moving forward. That being said, today's video is all about getting your habits and your routine back in place for this new season coming up. It's the end of summer, whether you're going back to school or you don't go to school, whatever it is, it's kind of like that season where people are trying to kind of get out of summer and get back into a routine, get back on the grind, and really step up the game and stay focused on their goals. I want to apologize for advance anyone that is watching the video. There's this strip of light and it's really annoying me. I try to fix it and I can't figure it out. But just ignore that. I'm gonna try to stay out of it, but just if I'm in it, just ignore that because it is 3:39, the afternoon sun is shining and I really just can't do anything about it. Today, I just want to give you all of the juicy tips that I have for you to get back into your routine, back on your grind. If you've been out of routine, if you've kind of lost track of your habits, this is the video to help you get back on top of it. And I'm also going to be giving you 5 habits that you should start implementing in your life as soon as possible because they will be just helpful overall no matter what your goals are in your life, whether you are in school, whether you work, whether you have your own business, or for the people out here that are stay-at-home moms, whatever the case is for you, this video will be helpful. You already know if I made a note about the video, then we're about to get real. I took notes. I made a whole plan for this video, so we're about to get into it. I'm excited to share all of my tips with you. We're about to work together to get back on track, get back in routine, and push forward to accomplish the goals that you have for yourself. Before we get started though, I have been kind of off of my podcast grind, and I didn't even think of the fact that I have my segments. So I did not plan for them, so I'm gonna wing it. We're still gonna do them, okay? First segment, the affirmation of the day. If you can write it down, do so. Obviously, if you're driving or something, don't do that. But repeat it after me. I am disciplined and fully capable of pushing myself back into routine and creating habits that will benefit me and my future self. Segment number 2, if you are new here, I'm about to give you a couple questions. Either think about them in your head. Again, if you can't write them down, if you can, I would take some time to kind of use these as journal prompts to sit down and work on. First question is going to be vital for the rest of this episode. I would highly, highly, highly suggest taking a second, think about it, or write it down if you can. What is my dream life? Where do I see myself? What are your goals? What is that end game that you want to get to? One, and I want you to think about it or write it down fully before we go into number 2. Okay, so take a second to pause if you need to. I want you to do this under question number 1. Write down every little step you can take to get to your dream life. What are the actions you need to take to get there? And number 3, what are little habits that will contribute to you getting to your goal in the future? Now, I'm not talking about these big things. I'm talking about little tiny things. For example, reading a couple pages even of a self-development book every day. If you want to get better with money, taking a couple minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, watching videos about financials or reading books about finances as well. Tips for budgeting, investing, etc. Okay, I need to stop talking with my hands because I feel like every time I put my hands up, it focuses on them and then it defocuses on my face. I apologize if you know that as well. Alrighty, so those were our 3 questions for today. I want you to take a second and really think about those or write them down if you can. And now it is time to get into today's topic, which is all about how to get back into routine, building habit, and just honestly coming into this new season a better you and pushing towards your goals. Those first questions were essential to today's topic because not only am I going to give you a couple habits to start yourself, I can't fully just jump in and know exactly how your life is, where you want to be to be able to give you the gold and the habits that you need to set for yourself and the routine you need to set for yourself to get to that place, that is where you're gonna have to put in the work yourself. But with those questions I just gave you, I hope I made it a lot easier for you to vision your dream life, create actionable steps to get there, and then the habits that you can do along the way, just the little tiny things that will help you build up to that dream life. And also just prepare you to receive that. All right, we're going to get into the habits that I think you need to start ASAP to progress towards your dream self, no matter what that is. Number 1, make your bed every morning. I actually made this morning. I didn't make it for just this video. A lot of times I would probably do that, but I have been in routine making my bed, and it's honestly so amazing. Not only does it make your whole space just feel cleaner, even if it's messy. Okay, it is actually messy in here. I know you can't really tell from this video, but it is messy in here. I have a lot of like clothes and laundry to put away, but literally just having my bed made makes the room look so much better, just that. On top of that, there are so many mental benefits to making your bed. First of all, cluttered space is a cluttered mind. I fully believe it. I've been feeling all over the place, and my place looks like all over the place. So I think it goes hand in hand, and making your bed, even in life's chaos, is like just one thing you can control, even if it's that small. Not only that, if you're having a crazy day and you come home and you take a shower, do your night routine, whatever that is, and you come into your room, get ready for bed, and you see your bed is made, you have an instant appreciation for not only yourself for deciding to make that decision, but also just knowing like you did something productive that day. No matter if it's literally as little as making your bed, you did something productive. Whether the whole other rest of the day you felt like you didn't do anything good, anything productive, you still made your bed. And that right there is a win. All right, also, I've been reading this book. So I'm gonna read a quote from this book. It's actually called Make Your Bed. My dad got it for me for Christmas, I believe, and I have been reading it almost every morning, just like a little bit, just to kind of start my day. It's like a really small book. I like reading like self-improvement in the morning and then kind of like fun books at night. Anyways, we are going to read a quote from this book, because honestly, this is kind of like what got me back into making my bed consistently. So this book is actually written by a US retired Navy SEAL. I don't know if I said that correctly, but anyways, so he goes into detail about how he was given the task to make his bed every single morning. They would like check their bed to see if they were nice enough, literally flip like a quarter onto the bed. I think it was a quarter. Okay, it might've been a dime, I'm not sure. They would flip a coin onto the bed to see if it bounced, meaning if it was like tight enough made and like put together enough. So he was trained while he was in the Navy to do this every single morning, no matter what. And it was kind of like that one thing he could control, missed all the chaos. Okay, so quotes. This is page 6, by the way. It demonstrated my discipline. It showed my attention to detail. And at the end of the day, it would be a reminder that I had done something well, something to be proud of, no matter how small the task. Give yourself props for any type of win, even if it is tiny, even if it's literally just making your bed for a week straight. That right there, congratulate yourself on the small wins, and those big wins are gonna feel like completely life-changing to you. Number 2, set your morning up for success. I am someone that strongly believes that the morning all starts the night before, okay? So if you need to wake up early, if you have plans in the morning, whatever it is, prep the night before. I'm talking about possibly knowing what you're gonna eat for breakfast or having your breakfast prepped, having your outfit picked out, whatever you're doing. I love to like pick out my gym outfits the night before. So first of all, it kind of is just fun and I can like look forward to wearing it the next day. And also I don't have to be stressed and rushed if I'm on like a time limit to find an outfit in the morning. The worst thing is waking up in the morning and knowing you only have 30 minutes to get ready and feeling super rushed. You didn't prepare at all the night before and you're just kind of rushing around stressed to leave because you gotta be somewhere. That is the worst thing you can do. You should not spike your stress levels that much just straight in the morning like that. It kind of sets your day up for not failure, okay? We're not gonna use that word, but just not as successful if it could be because you're already stressed and you just are beginning the day. I used to be that person in high school that would literally roll out of bed 5 minutes before I had to leave. I was rushing around, doing everything I needed to do, trying to grab breakfast to run out the door. And that is not something that I would recommend for absolutely anybody. It is so not good. Of course, my camera battery is about to die. So if we have like a little different angle, that is why, because I had to change my battery. But making sure you're prepared the night before for the morning so that you don't have to be rushing and you can just take a moment in the morning for yourself. Morning moments, okay? I think they're amazing. Having a slow morning and getting to enjoy your morning routine and enjoy breakfast, enjoy like the little things that you like, whether it's like making your greens, making a protein shake, making coffee, whatever that is for you, just taking that second to enjoy your morning, waking up, being grateful for a brand new day and just taking that moment for yourself. That right there is something that is honestly unmatched. Having a second in the morning to just breathe is so amazing versus being rushed everywhere. I am so grateful for my mornings. I'm so grateful for not having to be somewhere specifically at an early time. And if I did, I would have to make sure that I could have a nice morning without being stressed and running around everywhere. Also, can we just take a second? Look how cute she is. It just hit our 2-year anniversary of me getting her. Come here. You wanna sit by me? What are you doing? Are you trying to play or something? You're being goofy. If you're not on the YouTube video, you should go to see and meet Azalea if you haven't already. So look how cute she is. Anyways, getting back to the video, I could probably get distracted by her like all day. This is a part of setting your morning up for success, but fueling your body. You need to be eating breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It will set up your body, your metabolism for the rest of the day. So you need to make sure you eat a high protein, a high nutrient dense breakfast. Don't forget it. That needs to be a priority, okay? On top of just breakfast, making sure you are fueling yourself enough. A lot of the times, okay, people are drinking all this coffee. I'm talking to myself too, all right? But drinking all this coffee, complaining why they're still tired, but they haven't even eaten. It's because your body is fueled by food. You need food. You need food for energy. You need food for body functions, everything, okay? You need food. Also, if you feel like crap, it's probably because you are putting crap inside your body. You need to focus on getting nutrient-dense foods. You need to be eating foods that are not just, filling or taste good, but also are good for your body and are gonna help your body. How do you expect to be productive and stay on top of your habits and your routines if you have absolutely no energy to do so? Because I know for me, if I'm not on top of my stuff, I don't got no energy to do so. So also a huge thing that people don't take into consideration is the supplements you may be needing to take. A while back, I was feeling absolutely exhausted. I was getting headaches every day. I was just feeling terrible. And I went to the doctor, I got a blood test, and I was very deficient in vitamin D. So I started taking vitamin D and I started feeling my energy increase and I just started feeling so much better overall. And it is because my body was lacking vitamin D. I would highly recommend going to your doctor and getting a blood panel to see if you are deficient in any vitamins that you may need. And then also checking your hormones. I haven't done that yet, but I really want to try and see because I need to get my hormones back in check. But making sure you personally, know what's going on in your body so that you can make sure you're getting enough nutrients. So I take supplements every single day because I also have a mutation that runs in my family. So I need to make sure I'm getting the right nutrition and the right supplements so that my body can break those things down. I can talk about that in a different video, but everyone is so different. So you need to be making sure that you personally know what you need to be doing for your body. I feel completely different when I do and don't take certain things. So make sure you stay very, very knowledgeable about what's going on in your own body. And if there's any supplements you need to be taking to help with a deficiency, then do so. Number 4, maybe one of my favorites, you need to start journaling and planning your days. One of my absolute favorite quotes is from Atomic Habits. I swear I quote Atomic Habits all the time, especially on this podcast. Failing to plan is planning to fail. And honestly, I live by that, even though I haven't even planned today yet. I was really meaning to before this video and I just didn't, but it's fine. I'm still gonna do it. Planning and journaling is life-changing. I can completely feel different between when I'm planning and when I'm not planning, or when I'm journaling and really staying in tune with how I'm feeling, connecting the dots on certain like emotions I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, like such as like my body, whatever. Journaling will help you stay in tune with yourself, stay in tune with your mindset, and honestly just kind of put everything out there so that you're not holding on to everything. Some people don't have people they can just go talk to and vent to, so your journal will be your bestie in that sense, okay? Vent to your journal because not all the time you have someone you can vent to. It's also amazing, not just in the sense of writing down negative things, but also positive things like writing down affirmations and your gratitude. That stuff is so powerful. I'm telling you, the way you speak to yourself and the way you feel about yourself and the world around you will reflect in your life. If you are speaking down on yourself, if you are telling yourself that you can't do this, you can't do that, then it's just not gonna happen. Stop believing these lies about yourself and start speaking positively to yourself. Stop setting yourself up for failure by talking badly to yourself about yourself. I will make a whole video about this. Journaling and doing healthy gratitude and affirmation practices will help you feel and think better overall. Honestly, like even if you're having a really bad day, thinking about the things that you are grateful for will help you kind of pull back into a mindset of things are not as bad as I might be thinking in my head. And even if something terrible is going on in your life and it's completely out of your control, you still will be reminded of things that you can be grateful for in this hard time that will keep you going and not have you just focused on all the negative happening. Setting up a routine for yourself, you know what you're doing for your morning routine, you know what you're doing for your night routine, and you have a plan throughout the day, that is going to help you so much overall, so you're not just caught up just doing random stuff and just not focusing on what you really need to be doing, okay? If I don't plan my days, if I don't like time block even my days, I will just do a whole bunch of nothing. I highly recommend you get something like a planner that you can actually time block so you can kind of, I mean, obviously you don't have to thoroughly like follow it, but have an idea of your schedule for the day if you don't have like work or whatever. Even if you do like before and after, plan what time you're gonna do what time you're gonna go to the gym, what time you're gonna start your night routine, what time you wanna be in bed by, stuff like that, so you know exactly what you need to be doing throughout the day instead of kind of be like, okay, this is my to-do list, but I don't really know how to implement that into my day, if that makes sense. I kind of switch back between digital and actual physical planners a lot. Right now I'm back on the physical planner. I actually have a planner by Mind Your Business that I was gifted and I love it. But I've also kind of switched between a Good Notes planner that I have on my iPad as well as Notion. I made a whole like template for daily planning, which I like that too, but there's something about writing it down that just hits different, okay? It just really does. Like, the feeling of actually being able to physically like cross it off your list. I'd really like to step away from physical planners because not only is it expensive to continuously like buy new paper planners, but also like I don't want to be using that much paper or wasting that much paper, you know? If you are someone that likes paper planners though, I do love my Mind Your Business planner. I'll take a little clip of it and insert it right here for the people watching the YouTube video so you can kind of see the inside of it. And I think it's really good. It's very simple, but it still is very effective, and it has a weekly spread as well as an everyday spread. But more in depth with planning, I would highly recommend you just sit at the first of the month or even a couple days before the first of the month and really set out goals for yourself and create an actual plan to get you towards your goals. I literally have my August goals on a whiteboard right in front of me in my bedroom, so I see it every single day, and seeing those goals that I have for myself for this month really pushes me towards pursuing them because they're literally right in front of me. I would highly recommend you plan your month and then plan daily steps to get to those monthly goals, those weekly goals. I do weekly planning, monthly planning, and daily planning. Yes, we are those type of people over here, okay? I can make a whole video on my planning routine and how I stay structured because I'm really getting back into routine with that. So I shall share that with you guys if you would like on my YouTube channel. And number 5, our final habit that I want to share with you guys is reading. I know you guys have heard it a million times, but I cannot stress this enough to you guys how powerful reading is, okay? I'm talking reading in general, but bonus points if it is like self-development or something, you know, positively impacting your life. Okay, I love me a good fiction book though. I'm currently reading this book right now. Again, if you're on the YouTube video, you can see it, but it is called 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard, and I am almost done with it. I have been reading this for less than a month, and I have never gotten so far into a book within like a first day. Like in the first day, I was already a big chunk into the book. I had never read a book so fast. This is a great book, but it's a thriller, okay? It is definitely not beneficial to me mentally, okay? It's actually kind of gruesome in some parts, but it's really fun and entertaining to me, kind of taking myself away from either like being on my phone watching videos or, you know, binge watching a series. There's just something about picking up a book and reading, even if it's fiction and not necessarily beneficial to your life or your goals, but there's something so much better picking up a book and reading it versus sitting down and binge watching a TV show. If I were to read like 100 pages a day, I'm like, dang, that's an accomplishment. But if I were to watch a whole season of a show in one day, I'd be like, girl, you know what I mean? There's just something about it that's just different. I feel like it helps me articulate words better, learn new words also, and just feed my brain. Like, I feel like I've gotten so much better with reading, even like out loud. I never really read out loud before. Me and my boyfriend now read out loud to each other. We're actually currently reading You Are a Bad Butt. I am kind of rereading it with him because I got to literally the chapter that we're on now, but now I'm rereading it. But it has helped me so much being able to read out loud, and even he's noticed it. And I used to hate reading out loud. Even a couple months ago when I was trying to read out loud to him, it would stress me out. I would keep messing up my words, but now I feel like I can read faster, like out loud, than I used to be able to. Whatever, I'm kind of going into a rant with that, but I feel like it's helped my speech and me being able to read out loud, me being able to just read quicker in general. There's so much literature on, you know, the benefits of reading. I'm not gonna necessarily go into that because you can look it up and there's a lot, and this video is already gonna be long enough, but there's a lot of benefits to reading. And if you're reading books that are self-improvement and will help you towards your goals and becoming better overall, that is a huge bonus, because you are not only pushing yourself to do something that's a good habit for your life in general, but you're also pushing yourself to do a good habit that also helps with your goals. So call it habit stacking or something like that. But I think it is so beneficial. And I think you need to put down your phone and start reading those books that you have on your bookshelf that are getting dusty. I'm talking to someone out there because I'm talking to myself too. No judgment, but we all know we have books that we haven't read yet, and we bought them just to be sitting on a bookshelf or a table or our nightstand, or maybe in a drawer in our nightstand or whatever. We need to start reading. One of the things that I wanted to implement into my life is reading every single night before I go to bed. And even if it's literally a sentence or a word or a paragraph, or it could be 3 chapters, but reading something. Don't like push yourself to do this crazy goal that's unrealistic, where it's like, read 100 pages a night, okay? That is completely unrealistic for most people. Now, with some people, it may not be. But for me, that sounds like something that is ridiculously hard to get in a habit of, okay? If I am super tired, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, read a sentence. You still read? I'm still checking it off my habit tracker. All that to say this, don't underestimate the power of books, because they are powerful, okay? To close out this video, the goal of this was to kind of give you some habits to start yourself on the journey to becoming a better you or getting back on track. Just some little things possibly for you, but it'll help you push yourself even more to build other habits for yourself. So again, if you haven't already, think about what habits you need to be doing in your life to progress towards your goals personally, what actions you need to be taking to get there. I highly recommend taking some time to write down a little like rough draft morning and night routine. Of course, you don't have to follow a strict morning and night routine every day, but just having an idea what you do every morning and night will really help you and add your habits to them. I'm so happy you clicked on this video or episode. I will talk to you guys very soon. I really want to get back onto this podcast. Shifting from just audio to YouTube honestly has been like challenging for me, because editing YouTube videos is a time-consuming thing, as a lot of you know. I guess I underestimated that, but I really hope you liked this episode. Let me know what other podcast episodes you want to hear from me. If you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I would appreciate it so much if you guys gave this a rate or review, because that will help me out so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day and journey to your best self. Bye. Mwah!